So welcome everyone to our little frankincense meditation. We are so happy to have you all here with us today. Thank you so much for coming. So most of you know me, I'm Tanya, and I want to share with you just for a couple moments a little bit about this beautiful, amazing essential oil that we'll be working with today, frankincense. Then we're going to get a brief reading from Dee, who has this amazing ability to hear so many things. And one of the things that she can channel is the voice of plants and oils. So she's going to give us a little reading about what frankincense has to say about itself. And then I'm going to pass it to Ashley, who is going to guide us through a juicy meditation that's going to engage your senses and your imagination. So let's just take a moment before we do anything to land in the body. If it feels comfortable for you to close your eyes, do that. Then take a moment to drop in. Come home. And right here in this starting place, just bear witness what's alive for you. How are you feeling today? Really good. And then opening your eyes and having your frankincense handy. You might just want to sniff the bottle. We'll be anointing soon, but if you want to begin to invite it in. Frankincense has been one of my favorite oils since I got started. Magical frankincense. It's a beautiful oil that is incredibly handy in all the different ways. We joke about frankincense as being the kind of the Swiss Army knife of oils because it does everything. It's amazing in supporting the vibrancy of your skin. It can be really supportive to the emotional body. I love to put it in my water and drink it. It can support circulatory system. It's really just an amazing oil. Those of you that know me, you also know I put frankincense on my face every single day. It's just a beautiful oil. Frankincense is known as the holy anointing oil. And in ancient times, it was actually valued more than gold. Right? And when the stories from the Bible, the baby Jesus was anointed with frankincense upon birth, frankincense and myrrh were used because there was less medical support back then. And they knew how powerfully supportive frankincense and myrrh and cedarwood and other oils could be in keeping both mama and baby safe and healthy. But the other thing that I really love about frankincense oil is the story that comes with Young Living. I know most of you know that Young Living is a company that cares as much about the planet as it does about humanity. And frankincense, for those of you that don't know, is actually this really gnarly tree that grows in the desert. It's amazing. And the frankincense of Oman was on the brink of extinction. And Gary Young actually took it upon himself to forge relationship with the king of Oman and asked, can we reforest your frankincense? And so many years ago, actually close to the time when I got started, there was about 100 volunteers, customers like you and me, who went to Oman and planted thousands of frankincense trees. And it is because of Young Living's efforts that now the Omani frankincense is one of the most vibrant frankincense on the planet. And that's where our frankincense comes from. So I just thought that was beautiful to note. Is there anything else I wanted to share with you? Well, the other thing I love frankincense for is like a channel changer, right? So if I'm in a space where I just need to change where my mind is going, frankincense can be an oil that I reach for. So see your frankincense, offer it your love. And Dee, I'm going to invite you in to share with everybody about what frankincense had to say when you asked. And unmute yourself and I will pin you.
Did that work?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. When I connect with a plant to do this thing that I do with them, I put a lot of drops in my hand and I put it all over my body and in my mouth and everywhere. And then I sit and listen. So frankincense is my favorite oil, which says a lot actually, because there's a lot of oils. And if I could only have one, it would be frankincense. And when I run out, if I ever run out, I have a little bit of a mini panic attack. Okay, so I'm going to read to you what frankincense. Wonder if I can do can I do that? Yeah, okay. So sometimes when the plants speak, they offer a poem or a story or an image or just some words. Frankincense does both. So this is what came through from the voice of frankincense. The helper, the mirror, shows us that what we see in our life is a reflection of what is going on the inside. So if you want to change anything, if you want anything to change on the outside, you got to change what's in. This is really interesting too. It supports all other oils. It's this helper oil except citronella. It doesn't, that's the one that it doesn't combine with as well. Freedom within. Okay, here's the poem. Freedom within, all around. Break down your walls within, all around. Speak your voice from within to all around. Live your truth from within, all around. Build your future. Look within, look all around. Create your dreamscape. Bring within to all around.
Thank you, Dee.
Welcome.
So allow for Dee's reading to just again carry you into your body. I'm going to ground into the body, and I'm going to pass it to Ashley in just a moment, who again will take us into our meditation, our journey. So we fed your mind, and now I invite you, please, through your breath, through your kind awareness, to drop from your mind down into that brilliant wisdom center within you, your heart. And take refuge in the heart. A couple breaths. Feeling your seat in your chair and your feet on this earth. Ashley.
So notice your breath. I breathe in. I breathe out. Let your exhales slow down. Beautiful. So in your imagination, I'd love for you to feel your feet. Imagine taking off your shoes and your socks, and your bare feet touch the earth. It's dry, yet soft. You are walking in the desert. There is a breeze that feels like a saving grace amongst the sun's rays. You stop for a moment, eyes closed, and face the sun. You feel the light enter your whole body. The space between your eyes softens, and this beautiful red-orange glow that you see beneath your eyelids warms your whole spirit. This comforts you. Guided by a deep knowing within, your feet begin to guide you towards a distant tree where you will seek shade and rest. As you get closer to this tree, you realize her strength. She's growing in this dry climate. You can feel the depth of her roots buried beneath you, where she can drink from the wellspring of water underground. She is strong and very old, and she invites you in warmly. You place your palm on her bark, and you can feel her energy and her knowing. And as your fingertips let go, you realize that there's a sticky resin remaining from where you have touched her. You bring it to your nose and smell it. This is the resin of wise frankincense. As you look closer, you can see the small slits that have been made in her trunk. They have been cut from the nearby wise women. And you see everywhere there is a cut, there is also sap. Thick resin that comes to the surface to heal the wound. Frankincense whispers gently into your being, yes, dear one, I can heal myself. I am my own medicine. And now these gifts of mine shall become yours. Rest, dear one. Place your back up against me and settle in and allow me to support you. You are safe here. Place a drop of oil in your palm, taking a moment here. Cup your hands now around your nose and breathe me in. Allow me to uplift your mind, to find a higher vibration. Beautiful. Realize that whatever you are going through, there is a way through. There is a way to heal from within anything that pains you. Let me show you how. If it feels good to you now, please place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Love for you to bring to mind something that is troubling you. Whether this be any thoughts you've been having lately, a memory, or perhaps an old belief that no longer serves you. Bring that to mind now. Bring it forward in the safety of frankincense's embrace. Just allow yourself to feel it. It's okay if you notice any tension rise, or if your heart starts to beat faster. Just allow yourself to be in its presence. If you could give this feeling a name, what would it be? Breathe here, fully inhale, and slowly exhale, opening your mouth if that feels good. Beautiful. Now I want you to think of that word that you just brought to mind and ask yourself, what would the opposite of this feeling be? What word would describe this new opposite feeling? So maybe doubt becomes clarity, for example. What is your opposite word that is on the other side of this pain? Taking another moment here to apply another drop of oil in your palm if that feels good. Or if your hands still smell like the oil, feel free to just work with those. Cup your hands around your nose and take a few more deep breaths here. And as you're doing this, I want you to bring to mind a time where you have felt this new word that you just came up with, this positive feeling for yourself. Bring to mind a memory where you have been experiencing this positive feeling, and be with that memory and your breath for a moment here. Allowing its light to fill you. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice your body here. Notice if the tension begins to release. Notice if your pain led you to the light inside of you. You are the medicine you are seeking. You have what you need to heal within. Thank you for being with me, frankincense says. Remember that I'm here for you always. Slowly releasing your back from her trunk and standing up. Finding your feet on the ground. Walking your way back. Thanking the desert, thanking the sun. Coming back to the present moment. I breathe in. I breathe out. When it feels good to you, gently opening your eyes.
And take another breath or two right there. Just to really observe and bear witness to whatever is alive in your body in this moment. What was the imprint in you of spending a little time in your body with the frequencies of frankincense? And just take that moment to allow that translation from felt experience to consciousness. Thank you.